No taxation without representation. They go to history class, they go to the civics class, go to the social studies class, they go to the geography class, they go to the business schools, they go to the corporate business schools, the PC schools, the CP schools, and you're like, the international business schools, that's like an international ballistic missile, man, if they don't understand how to communicate. So we go, well, if we have a psychological solution for intercontinental ballistic missiles, instead of shooting real missiles, we shoot real education, like the last starfighter, wisdom in all directions. How do we do that? Well, no taxation without representation. Call that, skip the Maloo, the Stamp Act. And say, well, we got internet and email and all this other stuff. Why do we need the United States Postal Service? Well, the United States Psychological Solutions. The U.S.P.S? Yes, the United States Psychological Solutions. Or the United States Programmative Solutions. Professional grammar, man. Grammative. Like educative, grammative, speaking words. You say, well, the Indians knew a thing or two about a thing or two. Sometimes there's a lot of smoke screen and smoke signals. So we say, no taxation without representation. So we go, we got to have the Brewster's Millions. Brewster's Millions. Yeah, because matter is formulated by the mind and what you build in your hand. And we go, hand in hand. Yeah, of course, the Stamp Act, He said, what's the Stamp Act? You go, well, it's because the Acts, the book of Acts. You say, sometimes you need a stamp to put on an envelope to pay for the paper. Because, less paper, less problems. But if less paper causes a problem, then you got the backup paper system. Paper system, yes, the paper, that the U.S. Postal Service delivers, the good letters of life. And they say, paper backup, yeah, paper, the backup system. You got to pay for the stamps to deliver those envelopes. Envelopes in time, You guys watch Back to the Future? This one guy said, hey, can we get this letter to this one place at this one moment in time, at this other moment in time? And hey, like a chain of reaction, it's the pride and passion, like a chain reaction. You ever see Eddie in the Cruisers? Fast Eddie, man. Here's a friend of mine. He's from down there in South Titusville. He says, oh, Fast Eddie, man, the Monster Mash. I says, so, well, Monster Mash? He says, yeah, man. These monsters, they keep mashing stuff up. They can't figure it out. So he says, well, can we do something about it? And he says, well, did somebody go postal yet? He says, man, a lot of people going postal, but the wrong way. He says, well, they don't understand what the United States Postal Service is for. Oh, United States Psychological Solutions. He says, okay, well, what's that? And he says, well, did you ever watch the movie The Postman with Kevin Costner? Kevin Costner, he says, I got this movie planned, man. This is Waterworld, Spirit World, man. Get it? Waterworld, Spirit World. Hey, those Indians, man, Cherokee Indians and stuff, like my grandmother up there on the mountain. Spirit World, get it? Waterworld. So he says, we're in the spirit world, man, and we're trying to get it through all these spirits with education and training so we can make a better world for everybody. And he says, maybe if things get all messed up, we'd say the postman, because the postman is like the post, that major American nation with all the women and men that go to the post office, and then they go to the mailbox. They go to the mailbox every day. Some of them, they see the postman or the postwoman drive up in the mail truck, but they've been sitting at home so long. They run down to the mailbox and talk to the postman or postwoman and says, hey, how you doing today? Because, that's all they get. And now they got these special envelopes going out everywhere. And the postman or postwoman says, man, did you see what's on this envelope? You got to check that out. It's like the paper backup system we forgot about. You go, man, you mean the United States Postal Service worker is that important? We says, man, you watch all these movies, you still don't understand the last line of defense? The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. United States Postal Service worker, man. They're the first person on the scene to pick up that letter and the last person to deliver it. And the last person to receive it is the first person to deliver it to the next person they talk to. That is the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Man, people should read their Bibles a little more often. You know, if you talk to God and you know a little bit about the space agency, International Solution Service, you know, that's why we made an International Space Station. It's like, can somebody beam me up, Scotty? Well, I don't know. We got a picture of the Scotland Yard. Maybe we beam some of that over there too, huh? You know, hit you with a laser beam. Oh, top a gun, you know? So anyways, that's a story of a little bit about the United States Postal Service. See, those Postal Service workers are some of the most important people in the United States of America. Now, all these other mail services, you know, they got U.S.P.S, we got DHL, delivering heavenly love, you know, DHL services for these packages and boxes and stuff. But letters and stuff, you know, the Stamp Act, we got to keep the stamp. The American stamp is the most important thing because it's the last line and the first line of defense. See? Defense? You always say, well, they got a fence around this building, you know. Some people have fences, some people don't. But if they're behind the line of the fence and they don't know what's going on in the world, well, you know, the postman or the postwoman shows up and shares a little happy cheer with them and it says, hey, how you doing today? It's, well, you know, I don't know much about the world out there because they got all this new stuff I don't understand. It says, man, we got the Secret Service working for you today. And one of those United States Postal Services, you know, one of those workers, they could be a Secret Service, a secret angel, or even a secret alien. We don't know, but we do know the United States Postal Service worker. Well, you see a lethal weapon? Well, we got non-lethal weapons too. That's what Danny Glover was talking about. Okay? The Danny Glover special. He says, what? The Danny Glover special? Yeah, he says, hold out your mitts, man. When that post worker shows up, you say, hey, you hold out your hand, you say, do I have any mail today? And they go, well, you know, this one special letter today, it's not junk mail. And they go, what do you mean? Well, I don't have a letter for you, but I have this stuff I found out about this one letter. Man, let me give you a little information about it while it's traveling on its way. And they say, well, it's the life of the traveling pants. Traveling parents? Yeah, man. Sometimes those mail operators, you know, the United States Postal Service worker, you know, they're like a telephonic, you know, operator too, you know. It's like telephones without telephones, you know what I mean? So, the United States Postal Service worker is a psychological solution and an essential service, you know? The essential service workers, United States Postal Service. See? U.S.P.S.